Main landmark graphic logo. Click Jason. Click graphic stream. Live view screen. Live 012.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to good old-fashioned Hearthstone.
StreamYard. Hearthstone column 3. Hearthstone. Friendly. Send message 202. Choose a mode. Arena 1 of 4. Duels 2 of 4. Solo adventures 3 of 4. Go back 4 of 4. Solo adventures 3 of 4. Choose an adventure. Practice. Practice your skills against the innkeeper and battle the 11 different classes. 1 of 7. Practice. Hone your skills against the innkeeper and its expert level decks. Falling Stars. 10 mercenaries journey across Azeroth in search of answers. 4 of 7. Book of Heroes. Delve into the archives to revisit the tragedies and triumphs of Hearthstone's greatest heroes. 5 of 7. Ashes of Outland. Learn how Illidan became a demon hunter. From his own particular point of view. 6 of 7. Go back 7 of 7 into the archives to revisit the tragedies and triumphs of Hearthstone's greatest heroes. 5 of 7. Choose Adventurer's Screen. Choose your hero. Jaina Proudmore 1 of 11. Uther Lightbringer 4. Remove from stick.
Why the hell are you being like this, StreamYard?
Clickable mute mic. Clickable more options menu button sub. Clickable mute mic. Clickable stop cam button. Clickable mic and cam. Clickable present button collapse. List with 5 items button slides. Slides. Extract. Video file. Share screen button. Action center button. Video file. Shared. Microsoft. Window. Entire. Also shared. Check. Share. StreamYard. Studio document. StreamYard. Hide link. StreamYard. StreamYard.com. Hearthstone column 3. Hearthstone.
Basically, the Book of Heroes is the history of all the heroes from Jaina all the way down to Ambassador. How they became heroes and how they became heroes and what happened exactly. I mean, I could do the Book of Heroes, but I'm not really sure how well I can do against this card. It's pretty shitty. And what's up, Daniel? How's it going, bud? If you're still here, that is. If it cuts out again, let me know, okay, guys? Because I don't know why it decided to do that. But, whatever.
Warrior. Wild legendary.
So I am going to do practice mode and see if I can't beat these guys. Unless you want me to try the Book of Heroes, I mean, I can give it a try, but I've never had good luck with that because, the cards they give you aren't really the best.
Choose an adventure. Practice. Go back. Ashes. About. Book of Heroes. Elbow 7.
Yeah, let's give it.
Choose an adventurer screen. Choose your hero. Proudmore 1 of 11. Press enter to start. Adventure screen. You're on opponent number 1 out of 8. Adventure menu. Play 1 of 3. Adventure menu. Play 1 of 3.
Change. That is what magic is. Transformation. Creation. Destruction. But despite my command of it, I never realized how much change would affect me. I was raised in Kultiris, but as my talent for magic grew, I wanted to study under Archmage Antonidas in Dalaran.
You're on opponent number 1 out of 8. Adventure menu. Play 1 of 3.
I'll give this a try. I will see how far I can get with Jaina. My deck is.
Animated broomstick 1 of 15.
Okay.
1 mana. 1/1. Rush. Battle cry. Give your other minions rush.
You're pathetically useless.
Frostbolt 2 of 15.
I know what Frostbolt does.
Icicle 3 of 15.
What does this do?
2 mana. Deal 2 damage to a minion. If it's frozen, draw a card.
Awesome.
Counterspell 4 of 15.
Flame
3
Lord.
mana. Secret.
Yeah.
After a minion attacks your hero, deal 3 damage to all enemy minions.
The hell?
Grey Cat 6 of 15. 3 mana. 3/3. Spell damage +1. Battle cry. Draw a card. Mirror entity 7 of 15. 3 mana. Secret. After your opponent plays a minion, summon a copy of it.
Sweet.
Voracious Reader 8 of 15.
What's this do?
3 mana. 1/3.
Helpful, but a way to.
Polymorph 10 of 15.
Or 1/1 jellyfish or whatever it is. Mass polymorph is more fun because it turns every single minion into a 1/1 whatever.
Water Elemental 11 of 15.
Water Elemental is pretty fun.
Archmage 12 of 15.
Archmage, what's this do?
6 mana. 4/7. Spell damage +1. Minion.
That's it?
2 copies. Legacy.
It's a legacy card? Huh. Okay.
Animated Avalanche 13 of 15.
Animated. What?
7 mana. If you summon a copy of this. Summon a copy of this.
Ooh.
Remove from state.
There.
Clickables.
Should be
Clickable
working now.
Clickable more. Clickable mute mic. Clickable stop. Clickable mic and cap. Clickable present button. List with slides. X. Video file. Shares. Microsoft. Microsoft. Entire. Also. Check. Share. StreamYard. Studio document. Button collapse present. StreamYard.com is sharing. Hide link. StreamYard. Bannerland. StreamYard.com is sharing your. Stop sharing button. Hide link. StreamYard. Hearthstone column 3. And Frostbolt 5 of 8. Choose a target. You play Frostbolt. Your opponent's hero took 3 damage and became frozen. And Grey Cat 5 of 7. Summon everyone. You summoned Grey Cat. Voracious Reader 1 of 2. You drew counter spell. Choose target. Mirror image 404. G. Your Voracious Reader attack your own mirror image. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew one mirror image but it burned. Your opponent discarded mirror image. Your opponent played Arcane Explosion. 1 damage to all enemy minions. Your hero power trigger. Your minions took 1 damage. Your opponent's Raven both minions died. You lost 1 spell damage. Your pet summoned Raven Familiar. 2/2 Battle Cry. Reveal a spell with each deck. You reveal the 3-cost mirror entity. Your opponent revealed the 4-cost echo of mana. Your opponent drew 1 card. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero is no longer frozen. Your turn. You have 6 mana. You drew counter spell. And Archmage 1 of 8. Summon at the right. You summoned Archmage. You gained 1 spell damage. Minions. Voracious Reader 1 of 2. Choose target. Mirror image 404. G. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Sorcerer's Apprentice. 3 to your spells cost. 1 less. Your opponent played Freezing Potion. Freeze an enemy. Your opponent's hero power triggered. Your Archmage became frozen. Your opponent's Raven summoned your Voracious Reader. Your minion died. Your opponent summoned Novice Engineer. 1/1 Battle Cry. Draw a card. Your opponent drew 1 card. Turn ended. Your turn. You have 7 mana. You drew Stormwind Champion. Hand. Archmage 1 of 8. Summon entity. Summon Archmage. You gained 1 spell damage. Frozen. Opponent's turn. Turn ended. Your first Archmage is no longer frozen. Opponent's turn. Your opponent played Luna's Pocket Galaxy. Change the cost of minions in your deck to 1. Your opponent's hero power triggered.
Oh, come on!
Your opponent's Sorcerer's Apprentice attacked your hero. Your hero took 3 damage.
Oh, really?
Your opponent's Raven. Your opponent's minion died. Your opponent's Novice Engineer attacked your hero. Your hero took 1 damage.
Stop it.
Turn ended. Your turn. You have 8 mana. You drew Flame Ward. And Animated Avalanche 1 of 8. Summon it. You summoned Animated Avalanche. Minions. Archmage 1 of 3. Archmage Animated Avalanche. 3. Minions cannot attack the turn they are played. Archmage 2 of Archmage Mirror Image 3 of 4. Your first mirror image. Your opponent's minion died. Archmage 2 of 3. Mirror Image 3 of 3. Sorcerer's Mirror Image 2 of 3. Turn ended. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Sorcerer's Apprentice. 3 to your spells cost. 1 less. Your opponent cast 1 Mage Secret. Your opponent's hero power trigger. Your opponent played Molten Reflection. Choose a friendly minion. Summon a copy of it. Your opponent's hero power triggered. 1 Sorcerer's Apprentice was summoned into your opponent's battlefield. 1 Sorcerer's Apprentice was summoned into your opponent's battlefield. Your opponent played Echo Metabay. Put a copy of each friendly minion into your hand. Your opponent's hero power triggered. 5 cards were added to your opponent's hand. Opponent's 4th Sorcerer attack.
Stop
Three damage.
it!
Your opponent's Engineer. Your hero's 1 damage. Turn ended. Your turn. You have 9 mana. You drew Animated Broomstick.
Okay, you know what? Screw this.
Minions. Mage 1 3. Choose a target. Mage. Choose a target. Animated Avalanche 3 of 3. Choose a target. Opponent hero. Your Animated Avalanche attack your hero. 22 health. Opponent 1 health.
Yeah, you're down to 1 freaking health, you son of a bitch.
B. Animated Avalanche 1 of 8. Summon it. You summoned Animated Avalanche. 1 Animated Avalanche was summoned into your battlefield. Hand. Icicle. Opponent's minions. Sorcerer's Apprentice 1 of 5. G. You played Icicle. Your opponent's first Sorcerer's Apprentice took 4 damage. Your opponent's Sorcerer's Apprentice died.
Die.
Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 arcane explosion but
Um,
burned.
I
Your
now
opponent
have
discarded
3.
arcane explosion.
Can I lie
Your
to
opponent summoned Twilight Control. 2 battle cry. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions.
That's
Your minions
fine.
took 1 damage. Your opponent's novice engineer second archmage. Your opponent's minion
You're
died.
dead.
Your opponent's are sorcerer. Second archmage. Both minions.
You're
You lost
dead.
1 spell damage.
That's fine.
Your opponent's first sorcerer attacked your archmage. Your opponent's minion died.
You're dead.
Your opponent's sorcerer archmage. Both minions. You lost 1 spell damage.
You're dead.
Did
Your opponent
someone
summoned
lose
assistant
their
mage's word.
homework?
2-3 battle cry. Discover a copy of a minion in your opponent's deck.
Oh,
One
yeah.
card was added to your
Oh,
opponent's hand.
yeah.
Your
I
opponent
hope you
summoned
like
novice
my
engineer. Draw a card. Your opponent drew 1 card. Turn ended. Your turn. You have 10 mana. You drew water elemental.
You know what? Goodbye.
Minions. Animated avalanche 1
I
of
have
3.
3 avalanches. That's why I was laughing.
Opponent's hero. Your first animated avalanche attacked your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 7 damage.
All right, Miss Jaina, you have won me over. I could not imagine a better candidate for my apprentice.
Really? Oh, thank you.
Turn ended. Your opponent's hero died. Press enter to continue. You gain 42 XP. Adventure screen. You're on opponent number 2 out of 8. Adventure menu.
Antonidas was a kind and skillful teacher. My advancement grew beyond my wildest dreams, but so did the pressure I faced.
You're on opponent number 2 out of 8. Adventure menu. Play 1 of 3.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Read deck 2 of 3.
Let's see
Ray
what
of
we
Frost
got
1 of
here.
17. Crams. Ray of Frost 1 of 17.
Ray of Frost.
Cram session 2 of 17.
Ooh, what's this?
2 mana. Draw 1 card. Improved by spell damage. Hold 3 of
Card
17.
improved by spell.
Shatter 4 of 17. Arcane Intellect 5 of
Arcane
17.
Intellect, hello.
Counter 6 of 17.
Counter spell.
Frodo 7 of 17.
Ah,
Great Cat 8 of
Frost Nova.
17. Ice Block 9 of 17. Ice Ball 10 of 17.
Ice Ball, what's this?
4 mana. Deal 6 damage. Frost. Potion of Illusion 11 of 17.
What the
4
hell is
mana.
this?
Add 1/1 copies of your minions to your hand. They cost 1.
Awesome.
Water Elemental 12 of 17. Hailbringer 13 of 17. 5 mana. 3/4. Battle Cry. Summon 2/1/1 ice shards that freeze. Archmage 14 of 17. Blizzard 15 of 17. Luna's Pocket Galaxy 16 of deck 2. 1.
Awesome.
Arcane. Spell. Legendary.
Ooh.
Boomstay.
Deep Freeze 17 of 17.
Deep Freeze 17 of 17. 8 mana. Freeze an enemy. Summon 2/3/6 water elementals. Frost. Spell. Rare. 2 copies.
If I can't
Adventure
beat
menu.
this one
Read deck 2 of
completely,
3.
then I will leave and go to practice mode.
Play 1 of 3. Starting game. Please wait.
Jaina versus Hail
Oh god.
May I have a demonstration of your studies, Lady Proudmore?
Certainly,
Your Highness.
You
start
you first.
Go well.
Starting hand. Keep
Yep.
Blizzard 3 of 3.
And
Your turn. You have 1 mana. You drew Shatter.
You can call me Kale.
Oh, all right.
You have no valid plays. Hero power. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent drew 1 battle cry.
Add a 1/2
1/2 elemental to your hand. 1 card was added to your opponent's hand. Turn ended. Your turn.
You have 2
You have 2 mana.
You drew
You drew counter spell.
Hand.
Crab session 1 of 5. Play card. You play crab session. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew one card. Your opponent summoned 1/3 whenever you cast a spell. Gain +1 attack. Your opponent summoned Flame Elemental. 1/2. Your opponent's Firefly attacked your hero. Your hero took 1 damage. Turn ended. Your turn. You have 3 mana. You drew
I
5
remember when you were accidentally setting books on fire.
Let's not talk about that.
Accidentally set his books on fire. Oh, God.
Hand. Counterspell 4 of 6.
Crossbolt
Crossbolt 5 of 6. Choose opponent hero. F. You played Crossbolt. Your opponent's hero took 3 damage and became frozen. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card.
You fight me! You get
Spell. Burst. Deal 4 damage randomly split among all enemy minions.
Your
Opponent's mana WYRM attack your hero. Your hero took 1 damage. Your
Absolutely.
opponent's Flame Elemental attack your hero. Your hero took 1 damage. Your opponent's Firefly attacked your hero. You took 1 damage. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero is no longer.
One of the
Your turn. You have 4 mana. You drew Ray
I
of
see
Frost.
you still favor ice spells. It is fire that calls to me.
I'm just trying not to burn any more literature.
That's fair.
Hand. Counterspell 4 of Frost Nova 5 of 6. Play card. You played Frost Nova. Your opponent's minions became frozen. Hand. Ray of Frost 5 of 5. Choose a card. Opponent's minions. Firebrand 1 of 4. G. You played Ray of Frost. 1 Ray of Frost will add to your hand. Your opponent's Firebrand took 2 damage. You have no valid plays. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card.
The pen
Your
is
opponent
mightier
summoned
with the
Battle
sword.
Once. Battle Cry. Gain +1 attack for each spell in your hand. Your opponent's Violet Spell Sword gain 2 attack. Your opponent's Firebrand. Your opponent's Flame Element. You have no valid plays. Your turn.
You have
You have 5 mana. You drew Luna's Pocket Galaxy. Hand. Counterspell 4. Ray of Frost 5 of 6. Choose card. Opponent's minions. Violet Spell Sword 1 of 5. You played Ray of Frost. Your opponent's Violet Spell. Hand. Shatter 1 of 5. Choose a target. Opponent's minions. Violet Spell Sword 1 of 5. G. You played your opponent's Violet Spell Sword died.
Take that.
Hero Power. Ice Blast rank 2. Opponent's minions. Firebrand 1 of 4. You used Ice Blast rank 2. Your opponent's Firebrand. Your opponent's Firebrand died. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned LAR. Summon 3 Death Rattle. Summon a 0/3 Ashes LAR that resurrect this minion on your next turn. Your opponent's mana WYRM attack your hero. Fire. Turn ended. Your turn. You have 6 mana. You drew Potion of Illusion.
Well,
Hand. Blizzard 1 of 5. Shatter 2 of 5. Blizzard with 5. Play card. Blizzard. Your opponent's minions took 2 damage and became frozen. Your opponent's Firefly died.
Turn ended.
this ain't going
Turn
well.
ended.
Always hungry.
Your opponent's
Always hungry for more.
3/5 spell burst. Summon 2/1 3 mana WYRMS. Your hero. Your opponent. 33 health. Your opponent summon Violet Spell Wing. 1/1 Death Rattle. Add an Arcane to Seal spell to your hand. Turn
No.
your opponent's LAR and your opponent's mana
Set
WYRM are no
books
longer
away
frozen.
on accident on her own.
Your turn. You have 7 mana.
You-
You drew Water Elemental. Hero Power. Ice Blast rank 2. Choose a target. Opponent's minion. Violet Spell Wing 1 of 5. Death Rattle. G. Used rank. Opponent's Violet took 2 damage. Your opponent's Violet Spell Wing triggered. 1 card was added to your opponent's hand. Counterspell 2 of 5. Luna's Pocket Galaxy 3 of 5. Counter. Shatter 1 of 5. Loot. Potion of Illusion. Water Elemental 5 of 5. Summon. You summon Water Elemental.
Job done.
Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent played Flame Strike. Deal 5 damage to all enemy minions. Your opponent's mana WYRM triggered. Your opponent's mana WYRM gained 1 attack. Water Elemental took 2 damage. Your opponent's Hero Power triggered. One card was shuffled into your opponent's deck.
That was stupid.
It's feeding
Your
time.
opponent's WYRM Weaver triggered. 2 mana WYRM were summoned into your opponent's battlefield.
God.
Your opponent's Firefly attacked your water elemental. Your water elemental triggered. Your opponent's Firefly became frozen. Your opponent's Firefly died. Your opponent's LAR attacked. Your hero took 1 damage.
Ow!
Your opponent's WYRM Weaver throw. Your hero took breach. Your opponent's WYRM attacked your hero to Mitch. Turn ended.
You have 8 mana.
Your turn. You have 8 mana. You drew Ray of Frost.
Counterspell 2 of 5.
Hand. Counterspell 2 of 5. Shatter 1 of 5.
Potion of Illusion
Luna's
4.
Pocket. Potion of Illusion
Ray
4.
of Frost.
Ray of Frost. Choose a minions. 1 WYRM 1 of 5. 1 3. WYRM Weaver 2 of 5. 3 5. Mana WYRM 1 3. LAR 4. 7 1 Death Rattle. 8. You played Ray of Frost. 1 Ray of Frost was added to your hand. Your opponent's LAR became frozen. Hand. Shatter 1 of 5. Choose a opponent. Mana LAR 4 of 5. You played Shatter. Your opponent's LAR triggered. 1 Ashes of LAR was summoned into your opponent's battlefield.
Whatever. Nope, not winning this one. Oh, audible over there.
Hand.
Hand.
Counterspell 1 of 4.
Counterspell 1 of 4.
Play card.
Play card.
Cast counterspell.
You cast Counterspell.
Ray of
Hand.
Frost 3 of 3.
Ray of Frost 3 of 3. Choose a opponent minion. Mana WYRM 5 of 5. Do 1. D. You played Ray of Frost. Your opponent's third mana WYRM became frozen. Turn into opponent's turn. Your opponent's Ashes of LAR triggered. Your opponent's Ashes of LAR transformed into 1 LAR.
Your opponent drew 1
Your
card.
opponent drew 1 card.
Your opponent's
Your opponent's WYRM Weaver attacked your hero. Your hero
Okay,
took 3
whatever.
damage.
Just-
Your opponent played Arcane Missiles. Deal 3 damage randomly split among all minions. Your counterspell triggered. Your opponent's first mana WYRM attacked your hero.
Your hero
Your hero took 1 damage. Your opponent summoned Flame Elemental. 1 2. Your opponent's second mana WYRM attacked your hero. Your hero took 1 damage. Turn ended. Your opponent's third mana WYRM is no longer frozen. Your turn. You have 9 mana. You drew Arcane Intellect.
Hand.
Hand. Luna's Pocket Galaxy 1 of 3. Potion of Illusion 2 of 3. Arcane Intellect 3. Play card. You played Arcane Intellect. Hand. Potion of Illusion. Cram Session 3 of 4. Play card. You played Cram Session. You drew Water Elemental. Hand. Potion of Illusion 2 of 4. Play card. You played Potion of Illusion.
Job done.
With no valid play.
play.
Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Turn.
Your opponent drew 1 card.
Oh.
Your opponent played Arcane Missiles.
Damage random among all. Opponent's second.
Opponent's second.
Stream your Hearthstone disc. Link graphics.
Hearthstone disc.
Button edit.
Graphics.
Clickable. Mate. Grouping unfair. Your hero took 3 damage. Your opponent's hero power triggered. Hearthstone. Your opponent played Shooting Star. Deal 1 damage to a minion and the minions next to it. Your opponent's third WYRM gained 1 attack. Your opponent's mana W. Your opponent's first mana double. Your opponent's Flame Elemental and your opponent's first mana WYRM took 1 damage. Your opponent's hero power triggered. 1 card was shuffled into your opponent's deck. Your opponent's WYRM Weaver attacked your hero. Your hero took 3 damage.
Pity it turned out this way. I'd heard such wonderful things about you.
Your hero died. Standard to continue. You gain 39 XP. Adventure screen. You're on opponent number 2 out of 8. Choose an action. Practice your skills. Practice your skills against the Innkeeper and battle the 11 different classes. 1 of 7. Press C to access your collection. Choose your deck. Wild Priest 9 of 15. Embrace the Wild Call 2 of 15.
Nah, you're gonna face a
Choose
deck.
Demon Hunter 1 of 11. Death Knight 11 of 11. Warrior 10 of 11.
Warlock 9
War
of
Party Game. Please win.
Let's go, you little shit.
versus Illidan.
Anomaly. Control the makers. Both heroes have +1 attack on their turns. You start with 3 cards. You go first. Starting hand. Keep or replace cards. Bone Chewer Brawler 1 of 3. Your turn. You have 0 mods. Your Prince Renadal triggered.
I see you've brought
Your Prince Renadal triggered. You drew Priest of the Deceased. Your hero. Choose a opponent's hero. Your hero attacked your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 1 damage. Turn ended.
Opponent's turn.
Opponent's turn. Your hero lost 1 attack.
Your
Your opponent's hero gained 1 attack. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent used Demon Claws. Hero power +1 attack this turn. Your opponent's
hero gained 1 attack.
gained 1 attack. Your opponent took 2 damage. Turn ended. Your opponent hero lost 1 attack.
Turn ended.
Your turn.
Lost 1 attack.
You have 2 mana. Your hero gained 1 attack.
You have 2 mana.
Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack. You drew Sword Eater.
Lost 1 attack. You drew Sword Eater.
Eat. Hand. Bone Chewer Brawler 1 of 5.
Bone Chewer Brawler 1 of 5.
You summon Bone Chewer Brawler.
You summon Bone Chewer Brawler.
Your hero. Use a weapon. Your hero attacked your
Hero attacked your hero.
turn ended. Opponent's turn. Lost an attack.
Your hero lost
Opponent's
1
hero
attack.
gained 1 attack.
Your opponent's hero gained
Your
1
opponent
attack.
drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Shadow Who's there. 1 battle cry. Give your hero +1 attack this turn.
Give your hero +1
Your
attack
opponent's
this
hero
turn.
gained 1 attack.
Your opponent's hero
Your
gained
opponent
1
used
attack.
Demon Claws. Hero power +1 attack this turn.
Hero power
Your opponent's hero
attack.
gained 1 attack.
Your opponent's hero gained 1 attack.
Your opponent's hero attacked your Bone Chewer Brawler.
Opponent's hero attacked your Bone Chewer
Your
Brawler.
opponent's hero took 2 damage.
Your opponent's hero
Your Bone
took 2
Chewer
damage.
Brawler took 3 damage.
Your Bone Chewer Brawler took 3 damage.
Your Bone Chewer Brawler triggered.
Your
Your Bone Chewer Brawler gained 2 attack.
Your Bone Chewer Brawler gained 2
Your Bone
damage.
Chewer Brawler died. Priest of the Deceased triggered.
Priest of the Deceased
Turn ended.
triggered.
Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack.
Your opponent's
Your
hero
opponent's
lost 1
hero
attack.
lost 1 attack.
Your opponent's
You
hero
have no
lost 1
valid
attack.
play.
You have
Your
no
turn.
valid play.
You have 3 mana.
You have
Your
3
hero
mana.
gained 1.
Your
Game
hero
speed
gained
3.
1.
Game
three.
speed 2.
Game speed 2.
Game speed 4. Game speed 5.
Game
And
speed 5.
encumbered pack mule 1 of 5.
Encumbered pack mule
Summon.
1 of 5.
You summoned encumbered pack. Your hero. Use your hero attack your opponent's hero. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your hero lost 1 attack. Your opponent's hero gained 1. Your opponent drew 1. Game speed 7. Your opponent equipped All Dragon Warblade. 2 life steal. Your opponent's hero gained 2. Your opponent's Shadow Slayer attacked your encumbered pack mule. Your opponent's minion died. Your opponent's hero attacked your encumbered pack mule.
Your opponent's
Your opponent's hero took 2 damage.
2 damage.
Your encumbered pack mule took 3 damage. Your opponent's All Dragon Warblade. Your opponent's hero took 3 health. Your encumbered pack mule died. Your Priest of the Deceased triggered. Turn ended.
Cornered Sentry 1 of 5.
Cornered Sentry 1 of 5.
Nice little laptop.
You summon Cornered Sentry. Priest 1 of 4.
3 Raptor were summoned into your opponent's battlefield.
Sword Eater 2.
2 of 4.
Summon Sword Eater 3 of 4. Gold Tire Boogie 4 of 4.
Ready for action!
You summon Gold.
Summon Gold.
Your hero. Your hero attacked your opponent's hero. Your turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your hero lost 1 attack. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent's second. Gold Tire Boogie. Your opponent's minion died. Your opponent's second. Both minions died. Deceased gained 2 attack and 2 health. 5 shield master. 3/5. Your opponent's hero attacked your cornered sentry. Your opponent's hero took 2 damage. Your cornered sentry took 3 damage. Your opponent's All Dragon Warblades triggered. Your opponent's Warblade covered 3 health. Your opponent's Warblades broke. Your opponent's Raptor attacked your cornered sentry. Your opponent's minion died. And Priest of the Sword Eater 2 of 4. Summon at the left. Summon Sword Eater. Your hero. Senjin Shield Master 1. Opponent's Senjin Shield Master took 4 damage.
3 damage. Your opponent's Senjin Shield
Minions.
Master took 4 damage.
Cornered Sentry 1 of 2. Choose a
Run
target.
for it!
Cornered Sentry 1
Opponent's
of 2.
minions.
Run for it!
Senjin Shield Master 1 of 1. Your cornered Sentry attacked your opponent's Senjin Shield Master. Both minions died.
Both minions died.
Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent's hero gained 1 attack. Your opponent drew 1 card. Opponent's Blood Raptor. 3/2. Your opponent summons Cyclops. Three cards in your deck. Choose one to put on top. Your opponent uses Demon Claws. Hero power plus 1 attack this turn. Your opponent's hero gains 1 attack. Your opponent's hero attacked your Sword Eater. Both characters took 2 damage. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack. Your turn. And Priest of the Deceased 1 of 4. 2 mana. 4/5. Sword Eater 2 of Armadillo 3 of 4. Rock Rage. Your hero. Opponent's hero attack your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 4 damage. Your Jawbreaker broke. Minions. Sword Eater 1 of 2. Choose your Sword Eater attack your opponent's hero. Your Sword Eater attack your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 2 damage. Turn ended. Your Armadillo trigger. Your Priest of the Deceased. Your Sword Eater and your Rock Ranger gain 2 attack and 2 health. Opponent's turn. Your hero lost 1 attack. Your opponent's hero gained 1 attack. Your opponent's love and Raptor attack your Armadillo. Your opponent's minion die. Your opponent summoned Frost Wolf Warlord. 4/4 battle cry. Gain +1/+1 for each friendly minion on the field. Your opponent's Frost Wolf Warlord gained 1 attack and 1 health. Your opponent's point. Gain 1 mana crystal this turn only. Your opponent gained 1 mana. Your opponent's 3/2. Your opponent's Sightless Watcher attacked your Sword Eater. Both minions. And Priest of the Deceased. Sword Eater. Rock Ranger 4. Rock Ranger 3 of 4. Sword Eater 2 of 4. Summon your hero gained 3 attack. And Priest of the Deceased. Rock Ranger 2 of 3. Summon your hero. Your opponent's hero took 4 damage. Minions. Armadillo 1 of 3. Sword Eater 2 of 3. Turn ended. Your Armadillo trigger. Your Priest of the Deceased and your Frost Wolf Grunt gain 2 attack and 2 health. Opponent's turn. Your opponent's hero gained 1 attack. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent's Frost Wolf always died. Your opponent played Coordinated Strike. Summon 3/1/1 Illibari with Rush. 3 Illibari initiates will summon into your opponent's battle. Your opponent summons Sightless Watcher. 3/2 battle. Your opponent's blood. Your opponent's minion. Your opponent's second. Both minions. Your opponent's hero gained 1 attack. Your opponent's minion. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack. Your turn. You have 8 mana. Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack. You drew Stubborn Gastropod. And Priest of the Deceased 1 of 3. Frost Wolf Grunt 2 of 3. Priest of the Deceased 1 of 3.
Compliments!
And Frost Wolf Grunt 1 of 2. Summon at the right. You summon and Stubborn Gastropod 1 of 3. Summon at the right. You summon Stubborn Gastropod. Your hero attacked your opponent's hero. Your Jawbreaker broke. Hero power. Armor up. You use armor up. Hero gain 2 armor. Minions. Sword Eater 1 of 4. G. Opponent's minions. Your Sword Eater attacked your opponent's Sightless Watcher. Your opponent's minion died. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your hero lost 1 attack. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summons Nightblade. Deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. Your hero lost 2 armor and took 1 damage. Your opponent used Demon Claws. Hero power plus 1 attack this turn. Your opponent's hero gained. Your opponent's hero attacked your Stubborn Gastropod. Your Stubborn Gastropod took 2 damage. Your Stubborn Gastropod died. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack. Your turn. You have 9 mana. Your hero gained 1 attack. Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack. You drew 2 Warden. And 2 Warden 1 of 1. Your hero. Your hero attacked your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero minions. Sword Eater 1 of 5. Choose a card. Opponent's minions. Nightblade 1 of 1. Your Sword Eater attacked your opponent's Nightblade. Both minions died. Minions. Priest of the Deceased. Choose a card. Opponent's hero. Your Priest of the Deceased. Your opponent's hero died. Press C to access your collection. Choose your deck. Wild Taunt 2 of 15.
Choose your deck. Wild Taunt 2 of 15.
Wild Legendary 3 of 15. Choose opponent. Demon Hunter 1 of 11. Druid 2 of 11. Card in game. Please win.
Garage versus Malfurion.
Opportunity knocks. The first card drawn on a player's turn is one they can afford to play. You start with
3 cards.
3 cards. You go first.
Starting hand.
Hand. Or
Replace cards. Nelly.
Nelly.
The Great Thresher, 1 of 3.
One of
Whoa, hell, big guy.
Prince Winathal, 2 of 3. Story Bellow.
your turn. You have 0 mana. Your Prince Renathal triggered.
I see you
Your
brought
Prince Renathal triggered.
The Forest Lord.
You drew Ibis, the Forest Lord.
Ibis, the Forest Lord, 4 of 3.
And Ibis, the Forest Lord.
You have no valid plays. Turn ended.
You have no valid plays.
Your
Turn
opponent drew
ended.
1 card. Turn ended.
Your opponent drew 1 card. Turn
You have
ended.
2 mana.
Your turn. You have 2 mana.
Yep.
You drew Guard the City.
And guard the city,
And
4 of 4.
Guard the City
Play
4 of
cards.
4.
You
Play
play
cards.
cards.
You play Guard the City. Your hero gains 3 from
Ibis,
minions.
the Forest
Ibis,
Lord.
the Forest Lord 1 of 2.
Your
Opponent's hero.
The Forest
Your
Lord
Ibis,
attack your
the
opponent's
Forest
hero.
Lord attack your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 1
Damage.
damage. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent used Shapeshift. Hero power plus 1. Accessibility off. Accessibility on. Game speed 8. Game speed up. Game speed 10. Your opponent's hero attacked your Naga Centaur. Your opponent's hero lost 1 armor and took 1 damage. Your turn. You have 3 mana. You drew Zola Fortune. And Prince Renathal 2 of 4.
Time has come.
Minions. Ibis, the Forest Lord 1 of 3. Choose a card. Opponent's hero. Naga Centaur 2 of 3. F. Opponent's hero. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned River Crocolisk. 2/3. Your opponent played Claw. Your hero attack this turn. Gain 2 armor. Your opponent's hero gained 2 attack and 2 armor. Your opponent's hero
attack your Naga
Centaur.
Your Naga Centaur.
Your opponent's
Story Bellow,
2 of 4. Summon at the rock. You summon Story Bellow. Minions. Ibis, the Forest Lord 1 of 3. Ibis, the Forest Lord 1 of 3. Prince Renathal 2 of 3. Story Bellow 3 of 3. Hero. Opponent's minions. River Crocolisk 1 of 1. Your Thory Belor attacked your opponent's River Crocolisk. Your opponent's minion died. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Chillwind Yeti. 4/5. Turn ended. Your turn. You have 5 mana. You drew Dreadnought. And Zola the Gorgon 2 of 4. Summon at Thory Belor 3 of 4. You summon the Gorgon. 1 Thory Belor was added to your hand. Hero power. Armor up. You use armor up. Your hero gained 2 armor. Choose a card. Your Thory Belor attacked your opponent's hero took 4 damage. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent played Market 1. Give a minion taunt and +2/+2. Your opponent's hero attacked Patriarch. Your opponent's Chillwind Yeti attacked your Thory Belor. Your minion died.
Blade Master Open 2 of 5.
Blade Master Open 2 of 5. Minion counter 1 of 2.
Hero power.
Hero power. Armor up. You use armor up. Your hero gains 4 armor. The Forest Lord 1. Choose
His reign ends now.
Opponent's minions. Silverback Patriarch 1 of 2. G. Your Ibis. The Forest Lord attack your opponent's Silverback minions. Prince Renathal 4. Zola Gorgon 3 of 4. Choose target. Opponent hero. Chillwind Yeti 1 of 1. G. Your Zola the Gorgon attack your opponent's Chillwind Yeti. Your minion died. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent played Mark 1. +2/+3. Your opponent's Chillwind Yeti. Your opponent used Shapeshift. Hero power +1 attack this turn. +1 armor. Your opponent's hero gained 1 attack and 1 armor. Your opponent played Gain 1. Your opponent's hero attacked.
attack your hero.
Your hero lost one armor. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero lost one attack. Your turn. You have 7 hand. Nelly, the Great Thresher 1 of 5. One Nelly's pirate ship was summoned into your battlefield. Choose one. South Sea Scoundrel 1 of 4 mana.
5/5. Cobalt Sticky Finger 1 of 3.
Choose one. Custom Trawler 1, 2 mana. 2 3.
mana.
Infinite Amalgam 2 of 4 mana. 2 4. Sky Raider 3 of 1 mana. 1 2. Infinite Amalgam 2 of 3. Minions. Prince Renathal 1 of 4. Chillwind Yeti 1 of 1. Your prince. Opponent's minions. Chillwind Yeti 8 taunt. Turn ended. Your opponent draw 1 card. Your opponent summon Corehound 9/5. Your opponent's Your Nelly's pirate ship. South Sea Scoundrel. Cobalt Sticky Finger and Infinite Amalgam added to your hand. Turn ended. And Drekthar 1 bait. Dr. Boom 8. Summon at the right. Bottom were summoned minions. Nelly, the Great Thresher 2. Chillwind Yeti 2. Your Nelly. Your minions. Valid. Turn ended. 8/1 taunt. Your opponent's 4. Your hero lost 6 damage. Your opponent summoned Boulder Fist Ogre 6/7. Zero gain. Your attack. Your hero took 1 damage. Your opponent's Chillwind Yeti attacked your hero. Your hero took 8 damage. Turn ended. Your opponent 23 health.
Hero power.
Armor up.
Use armor up.
Use armor up. Minions. Boombot 2 of 4.
Dr. Boom 3
Dr. Boom 3 of 4. Chillwind Yeti 3 of 3. Both minions died.
Minions.
1 of 3. Boombot 2 of 3. Corehound 2 of 2.
Boulder Fist Ogre 1 of 2.
6/7. Corehound of 2. Your Boombot attacked your opponent. Your minion died. Your Boombot triggered. Your opponent's hero lost 1 armor.
Boombot 2 of 2.
Minions. Boombot 2 of 2. Opponent's minions. Boulder Fist Ogre 1 of 1. Corehound 2 of 2.
Boombot
Attack your opponent's Corehound.
Your minion
Your
died. Your Boombot triggered.
triggered. Your opponent's Boulder Fist Ogre took 4 damage. 2 of 2. 9/3.
Summon at the right.
Drekthar 1 of 8. Summon at the right.
Meet their ancestors!
And Mantrike 2 of 7. Summon at the right. Mantrike's wife was shuffled into your deck.
Yeah, alright. I'll still be streaming. Maybe.
Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card.
Turn ended.
Your
Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent played Mana Growth. Gain an empty Mana Crystal. Your opponent gained 1 empty Mana Crystal. Your opponent summoned Gold Crystal. 6/7. Your opponent summoned Gold Crystal to attack your hero. Your hero lost 2 and took 4 damage. Your opponent's Corehound attacked your hero. Your hero took 9.
Alright, you need to stop that.
And Doribellor 1 of 7. Baron Kevin. You summoned Baron. And South Sea Scoundrel 2 of 6. Summon South Sea Scoundrel. Choose 1. Dark Scale Healer 1 of 3. 5 4 5. Battle Cry. Restore 2 health to all friendly characters.
Wild Growth 2 of 3.
Wild Growth 2 of 3. Chillwind Yeti 3 of 3.
I'll take that.
1 Chillwind Yeti was added to your hand.
Your minions.
Minion.
Drekthar 2 of 5.
2 of 5.
Corehound 3 of. Boulder 4.
Boulder
9/3. Your attack. Both minions died.
Strike.
Both minions
Turn
died.
into your hero. Your South Sea Scoundrel and your opponent's Boulder Fist. Your opponent's Your opponent used Shapeshift. One attack. Plus 1 armor.
Plus 1 armor.
Your hero attacked your hero. Your hero took 1 damage. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack. Your minions. Phoenix Egg 1 of 2. South Sea Scoundrel 2. Opponent's minions. Lord of the Arena 1 of 2. 6/5. Elven Archer 2. 1/1. Ebbage. And Doribellor 1 of Cobalt Sticky.
Infinite Amalgam 3.
Amalgam
White Master Dark Arc. Sea Gun 5 of 7.
Chillwind Yeti 6/7. Summon at the right. You summon Chillwind Yeti.
Summon at the right.
Doribellor 1 of 6. Summon at the right. Infinite 2 of 5.
Infinite amalgam.
Minions. South Sea Scoundrel 2 of 5. Choose
You
a target.
want more?
Opponent's minions. Lord of the Arena 1 of 2. 6-5 Tom. G. Your South Sea Scoundrel. Lord of the Arena. Mid. Chillwind Yeti 2 of 4. Story Bellor 3 of 4. Choose a target. Your Thori Bellor attacked your opponent's Elven Archer. Your opponent's minion died. Your opponent has no summoned minions. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent used shapeshift. +1 attack this turn. +1. Opponent's hero attacked your hero. Your hero took 1 damage. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero lost 1 attack. Your turn. You have 10 mana. Minions. Chillwind Yeti 2 of 4. Choose a target. Opponent's hero. Chill. Thori Bellor 3 of 4. Choose a target. Choose a target. Cobalt Sticky Finger 1 of 5. Summon after right. You summon Cobalt Sticky Finger. And Flight Master Dunbar 1
What
of 5.
adventure are you on to today?
You summon Flight Master Dunbar 1. Choose 1. Westfall 1 of 3. 0. In 1 turn, summon a 2/2 Adventurer with a Iron 4. 0. In 3 turns, restore 10 health to your hero. Eastern 0 mana. In 5, Iron Forge 2 of 3.
Bring me
Flight
back
Master
a
Dunbar
brew.
became dormant and became hero power. Armor up. You use armor up. Hero gain. One Bloodsail Corsair was summoned into your battlefield. Turn
One
ended.
shot,
Opponent's turn.
one kill.
Chillwind Yeti took 1 damage. Yeti attacked your opponent used shapeshift. Your opponent's hero attacked your hero. Your hero lost 1 armor. Turn ended. Your opponent's hero. You drew Lockjaw the Ice Lord. Hero power. Armor up. One enchanted raven was summoned into your battlefield. Minions. Thori Bellor 2 of 7. Choose target. F. Opponent's hero. Your target attack your opponent. Thori Bellor 2 of 7. Infinite amalgam. Choose a target. Infinite amalgam attack your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 2 damage.
Press C to access your collection. Choose your deck.
Press C to access your collection. Choose your deck. Wild Legendary 3 of 15. Wild Beast 4 of 15.
Wild Demon.
Wild Demon. Technic Titans 15 of 15. Choose opponent. Demon Hunt. Druid. Hunter 3 of 11. Mage 4 of 11. Hunter 3 of 11. Starting game. Please wait.
Jaina versus Rexar.
You start with cards. Your opponent goes first.
Sorcery will prevail.
Start 4 replaces. Technic. Magic. Forgier 3 of 4. Clockwork Knight 4 of 4. You get the point. Your first green is Altry.
I see you brought
Your first green is
joy.
Altry. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summons Stone Tusk 4. 1/1 charge. Your opponent's Stone Tusk 4 attack your hero. Your hero took. And. The coin 5 of 6. Play card. And. An Oiltron 5 of 5. Summon. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Timberwolf. 1 to your other beasts have +1 attack. Your opponent's Stone Tusk 4 attack your Anoyotron. Your opponent's minion died. Turn ended. Your turn. And. Deep Run Engineer 5 of 5. Summon at the right. You summon Deep Run Engineer. Choose 1. Audio Splitter 1 of 3. Coppertail Imposter 2. 4 4. Battle Cry. Gain stealth until your next turn. Mech Beast. Psychotron
3 of 5 mana.
5 mana. 3/4. Mech. 3/2. Death Rattle. Copy the highest cost spell in your hand. Mech. Minion. 1 Audio Splitter. Minions. Anoyotron 1 of 2. Choose a target. Opponent's minions. Timberwolf 1 of 1. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Opponent drew 1 card. Battle Cry. Deal 1 damage. Your Anoyotron took 1. Hand. Mecha Shark 2 of 6. Summon at the left. You summon Mecha Shark. Minions. Deep Run End. Target. Iron Rifleman 1 of 2. Attack your opponent's Iron Forge Rifle. Your minion died. 2/1. Turn ended. Your opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Hero power. Fire Blast. Your opponent's Timberwolf attack your hero. Your hero took 1 damage. Your opponent's Silk Black Patriarch. 1.
GER.
GER.
Mecha Shark
Minions.
1 of 1.
Mecha Shark
And
1 of 1.
Audio
And
Splitter 4 of 6.
Audio Splitter 4 of
Summon
6.
audio.
Summon audio.
Processing.
You summon audio splitter. Mecha Shark. Your opponent's Timberwolf took 1 damage. Your opponent's Timberwolf died. Your opponent's Silverback Patriarch lost 1 attack. And Explosive Sheep 4 of 5. Summon at the right. You summon Explosive Sheep. Your opponent's Silverback Patriarch took 3 damage. Minions. Mecha Shark 1 of 3. Silverback Patriarch 1 of 1 pound.
Hero power.
Hero power.
I don't
Fire
have
blast.
much mana.
GR.
Minions.
Minions. Silverback Patriarch. Silverback Patriarch. Both minions died. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Razor Pen Hunter. 2/3 Battle Cry. Summon a 1/1 4. 1/4 was summoned to the battlefield. Your opponent used Steady Shot. Hero power deal. And Wargear 2 of 5. Summon it at the left. You summon Wargear. Your Wargear died. Your Audio Splitter gains 6 attack and 5 health. Minions. Audio Splitter 9/7 death rattle. Choose a target.
Minions. Razor Pen Hunter 1 of 2.
Opponent's hero. G. Your Splitter attacked your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 9 damage. Explosive Sheep 2 of 2. Choose a target from G. Your explosive sheep attacked your opponent's Razor Pen Hunter.
Your minion died.
Your minion died. Triggered.
All
Minions 2 damage. Your opponent's
minions died.
You have no valid plays.
plays.
Turn ended.
Opponent's turn.
Your opponent 2 damage. Your opponent played tracking. Discover a card. Your opponent drew 1 card. Turn ended. Your turn. You have 6 mana. True Transfer. And Clockwork Knight 2 of 5. Summon at the right. Minions. Audio Splitter 1 of 2. You summon Clockwork Knight. Your Audio Splitter gained 1 attack at minions. Audio Splitter 1 of 2.
Taunt is in the way.
Opponent. Silverback Patriarch 1 of 1. 1 for taunt. G. Your opponent's minion died. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Iron. 2/2 Battle Cry. Deal 1 damage. Your Audio Splitter took 1 damage. Your opponent summoned Raid Leader. 2/3 your other minions have +1 attack. Your opponent's and Motherchip 2 of 5. Summon at the right. You summon Motherchip. Minions. Audio Splitter 1 of 3. Your Audio Splitter attacked your opponent. Minions. Clockwork Knight 2 of 3. Your Clockwork Knight attacked your opponent's Raid Leader. Your opponent's minion died. Clockwork Motherchip 3 of 3. Choose a target. Opponent's minions. Iron Forge Rifleman 1 of 1. Iron Forge Rifleman. Your opponent's minion died. Turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent used Steady Shot. Deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. Warbot and Harvest Pen. Tech 1 of 5. Gorilla 8 French Surveyor. Replicating Menace 2 of 5. Summon at the left. You summon Replicating Menace. Your Replicating Menace died. Your Audio Splitter gained 3 attack and 2 health. 13/6 Death Rattle. Clockwork Knight 2 of 3 of 1. Has +1 attack while damaged. Common. Harvest Golem. 2/3. Death Rattle. Summon a 2/1 damage Golem. Mech. Common. Common. Audio Splitter 1 of 4.
Rerouting sound.
Your opponent's hero. 13 damage.
Press C to access your collection. Choose your deck.
Press C to access your collection. Choose your deck. Technic Titans 15 of 15. Embrace Wild
Beast,
Wild Hunter, Wild Mage 14 of 15.
Wild Warrior, Wild Hunter, Wild Mage 14 of 15.
Choose opponent. Demon Hunter 1. Paladin
5 of 11.
5 of 11. Priest 6 of 11. Rogue 7 of 11.
Shaman 8 of 11.
Shaman 8 of 11.
Warlock 9 of 11.
Warlock 9 of 11. Warrior 10.
11 of 11.
Death Knight 11 of 11.
Starting game.
Starting game. Please wait.
Jaina versus the Lich King.
Anomaly.
Fast track.
Reduce.
All cards in both players starting.
My sword.
You go first. Starting. Keywords. Print 3. Remix Dispensoba 3 of 3. Your turn. You have 0 mana. Your Prince Renatal triggered.
I see you.
Your Prince Renatal triggered. Your Merge Dispensoba triggered. Your Remix Dispensoba transformed into one Merge Dispensoba.
You
You drew Orion.
Mansion Manager.
Mansion Manager.
And
And Learn Draconic 4. Play card. You played Learn Draconic. Turn ended. Your Money Dispensoba triggered.
One
Your Merge
shot.
Dispensoba transformed into one Money Dispensoba. Your opponent drew one card. Deal 1 damage. Your hero took 1 damage. Your opponent played Heart Strike. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, gain a corpse. Your opponent's Elven Archer took E. And Prince Renatal 1 of 4. Summon.
Time has come.
Your Merge Dispensoba triggered. Your Money Dispensoba transformed into one Merge Dispensoba. Your opponent played 4 cards. Turn over. Your opponent gained 1 month. Your opponent played Death Strike. Lifesteal deal 6 damage to a minion. Your Prince Renatal took 6 damage. And Dispensoba 1 of 4. You summoned Royal Micro Machine were added to your hand. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Murloc Titan. 2-1 Battle Cry. Summon a 1/1 Murloc Scout. 1 Murloc Scout was summoned into your opponent's battlefield. Turn ended. E10. Orion. Mansion Manager 1 of 6. 4 mana. 3/5. After a friendly secret is revealed, cast a different mage secret and gain +2/+2. Summon at the right. You summon Orion. Minions. Merge Dispensoba 1 of 2. Murloc Tidehunter 1 of 2. Your Merge Dispensoba attack your opponent's Murloc Tidehunter. Your opponent's minion died. Turn ended. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent drew 1 card. Summon. 2/2 Battle Cry. Spend a corpse to gain 1 card. Your opponent's Murloc attack your Merge Dispensoba. Your opponent used Dual Charge. And Asheron Sweeper 2 of 6. Flame Strike 1 of 6. Asheron Sweeper 2 of 6. Anoyo Module 3 of 6. Summon the Sword. You summon the Orion. Minions. Orion. Minions. Bigger Cast 1 of 1. Your opponent 3/1. Corpse to gain. G. Turn ended. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent used Hero Power Summon a 1. Your opponent summoned Acolyte. 1/4 whenever it takes damage. Draw a card. Your opponent's Your opponent's Bigger Guys attack your Anoyo Module. Your opponent's minion died. Turn ended. Your turn. And Asher. Simulacrum 6. Arcane Intellect 5 of 6. Gaia. Micro Machine 3 of 6. Summon a You summon Micro Machine. And Asheron Sweeper 2 of 5. Summon at the right. You summon one Opponent's minions. Acolyte of Pain 1 of 1. Your Orion. Mansion Manager attack your opponent's Acolyte of Pain. Your opponent's Acolyte of Pain triggered. Anoyo Module 2 of 4. Choose 1. Opponent's minions. Your Anoyo Module attack your opponent's Acolyte of Pain. Your opponent's Acolyte of Pain triggered. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your Anoyo Module and your opponent's Acolyte of Pain died. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your Micro Machine triggered. Your Micro Machine gained 1 attack. Play Heart Strike. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, gain a corpse. Your Micro Machine 3 damage. Your Micro Machine. Your opponent summoned Battlefield Necromancer. Your opponent played Destroy a minion. Deal 3 damage to your hero. Your opponent's hero took 3 damage. Your Orion. Mansion Manager died. Turn ended. Your opponent's Battlefield E. And Flame Strike 1 of 5. Gaia. The Technic 2 of 5.
I don't have enough
Arcane
mana.
Intellect 3 of 5. Drew Arcane Intellect from Orion. And Astro Arcane Intellect. You played Arcane Intellect. You drew Drake Fire Amulet and Mecha Shark. You learned Draconic Trigger. Current progress is 6 out of 8. And Drake Fire Amulets. Astromancer Soul Orion.
I can't do that.
Arcanologist 4 of 7.
I don't have enough
Simulacrum
mana.
3 of 7.
I don't
Play
have
card.
enough mana.
3 mana. Copy the lowest cost minion in your hand. Gaia. Flames. Minions. Sharon.
A minion with carved is in the way.
Your opponent's risen footman. Your opponent's minion died. You still have battle. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent's answer attacked your hero. Your hero took 2 damage. Your opponent summoned children hero. Your opponent used dual charge. Your opponent's frail dual attacked your hero. One risen footman was summoned into hand. Flame strike 1 of 8. Play card. 5 damage. Current progress is 13 out of 8. Your learned Drake triggered. 1 Draconic Emissary was summoned into your battlefield. Drake Fire Amulet 5 of 7.
I don't have enough mana.
Mecha Shark 6 of 7.
I can't do
Flame
that.
Strike 7 of
I
7.
don't have enough mana.
Mecha Drake Astromancer Solar
I
Ryan 4 of
don't
7.
have enough mana.
Archaeologist 3 of
I
7.
don't have enough
Summon
mana.
Room 2 of 7.
I don't have enough mana.
The Technic
I
1 of
don't
7.
have enough
At
mana.
the right. Not enough. Minions. Parents. Choose a target. G. Your opponent. Draconic
Give
Emissary.
that minion a turn to get ready.
Hero power.
I don't
Fire
have
blast.
enough mana.
Drake Fire Amulet 5 of 7. Use turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Acolyte of Pain. 1 for whenever this minion takes damage. Your opponent summoned your lock spell will summon into your hero. Turn ended. Your opponent's frail dual trigger. Your opponent's frail dual die. Your hand. Gaia. The Technic 1 of 8. Summon at the right. 2 Gaia's Drill were summoned into your battlefield. Hand. Drake Fire Amulet 4 of 7. Minions. Asheron Minion. Tide Hunter 1 of 3. Asheron Sweeper attack your opponent's Murloc Tide Hunter. Your Gaia. The Technic triggered. Your enemies took 1 damage. Your opponent's Acolyte of Pain triggered. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent's Murloc Tide Hunter and your opponent's Murloc Scout died. Minions. Asheron Sweeper 1 of 5.
That minion already
Draconic Emissary
attacked.
2 of 5. G. Opponent's minions. Acolyte of Pain 1 of 1. Your Draconic Emissary attack your opponent's Acolyte of Pain. Your opponent's Acolyte of Pain triggered. Your opponent has no summoned minion. Draconic Emissary. Gaia's Drill 3 of 5.
I can't
GB.
do that.
Gaia.
Give that
4 of
minion a
5.
turn to get ready.
Turn ended. Your opponent drew 1 card.
Me have that for you.
Gain a corpse. Your opponent summons Dark Iron. Give a minion plus 2 attack to turn. Your opponent gain 2 attack. Hand. Simulacrum 1 of 8. Archaeologist 2 of 8. Astromancer Solarian 3 of 8. 2 mana. 3/2. Spell damage plus 1. Death Rattle. Shuffle Solarian Prime into your deck. Summon it.
I will crush your delusions.
You gain 1 spell. Hand. Simulacrum 1 of 7. Play card. Play Simulacrum. 1 Archaeologist was added to your hand. Archaeologist 1 of 7. Summon at the right. You summon Archaeologist. You drew explosive runes. Hand. Drake Fire Amulet 1. Explode. Archaeologist 6 of 7. Summon at the right. You summon Archaeologist. You drew explosive runes. Hand. Drake Fire Amulet. Drake Fire Amulet. Choose a target. G. Opponent's minions. Dark Iron Dwarf 1 of 2. Your Draconic Emissary attack your opponent's Dark Iron Dwarf. Your opponent's minion died. Gaia. Choose a opponent's hero. Your Gaia. The Technic attack your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 5 damage. Your Gaia. The Technic triggered. Your enemies took 1 damage. Minion. Archaeologist 7 of 7. Archaeologist. Astromancer Soul. Gaia's Drill 4. Gaia. Gaia's Draconic Emissary. Gaia's Drill 2 of 7. Draconic Emissary 1 of 7. B. Gaia's Drill 2 of 7. Hero power.
I don't
Fire
have
blast.
enough mana.
Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card.
I can be there. Persuasive.
Summon 2/1/1 fighters with level 1 Opponent's first emissary. Both minions died. 1 possessed fighter was summoned into your opponent's battlefield. Your opponent's body bag. Possessed fighter Astromancer Solarian. Both minions died. You lost 1 spell damage. Your Astromancer Solarian trigger. Hand. Drake Fire Amulet 1. Mecha Shark 2 of 8. Flame Strike 3 of 8. Mecha Shark 4 of 8. Archaeologist 5 of 8. Explosive Rune. Archaeologist 5 of 8. Summon at the right. You summon Archaeologist. Hand. Drake Fire Amulet. Stargazer Luna 7 of 7. Explosive Rune. Stargazer Luna 7 of 7. Summon at the right. You summon Stargazer Luna. Hand. Drake Drake Mecha Shark 2 of 6.
2 of 6.
I have too many
Flame
minions.
Strike 3 of 6. Opponent's minions. Possessifier 1 of 1. Minions. Gaia 1 of 7. Gaia. Opponent's hero. Your Gaia. Detect. Stargate. Archaeologist 5 of 7. Choose target. Possessifier 1 of 1. Your second archaeologist attack your opponent's possessifier. Both minions. Choose target. F. Opponent's hero. Your first target. Opponent's hero 2 damage. Gaia's drill 3. Opponent's hero. Your second Gaia's drill. You use fire blast. Your opponent's hero. You still have turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. One card hero was summoned into your opponent's battlefield. Your opponent's frail duel attacked your hero. Your hero took 1 damage. Your opponent played graveyard shift. Summon 2 zombies with reborn. You shoot 1 zombie to summon into your opponent's battlefield. Your opponent summoned Grim Necromancer. 2 full battle cry. 5. Summon 2 1/1 skeletons. 2 skeletons were summoned. And Drake Fire Amulet 1 of 7. Shivering Sorceress. Explosive Root. Explosive. Mecha Shark 4 of 7. Minions. Gaia's drill. Gaia. Choose a target. Your opponent's hero took 5 damage. And your opponent's hero died. You
Press C to access your collection. Choose your
press
deck.
C to access your
Wild Mage
collection.
14 of 15.
Choose your deck. Wild Mage 14 of
Wild
15.
Hunter 13 of 15.
Wild Hunter 13 of 15.
Wild Con 2 of 15.
Embrace. Wild Con 2 of 15. Choose opponent. Demon Hunt.
Death Knight
Death
11
Knight
of
11 of
Warrior 10 of
Warrior
11.
10 of 11.
Warlock 9 of 11. Starting game. Please wait.
Gera versus Gul'dan.
All players start with 2 pieces of shifters versus hand. You start with 4 cards. Your opponent goes first. Starting hand. Keep or replace cards. Stubborn Gastropod 1 of 4. Scrapsmith 2 of Rock Rager 3. Scrapsmith 4 of 4. 3 mana. 2/4. You get the ball. Your first ring now triggered.
I see you've brought
First ring
chaos.
now triggered. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew
Someone
1 card.
call.
Your opponent summoned 2 1 battle cry. Restore 2 health. Turn ended. You're gone. The Raptor triggered. Your Shifter Zeros transformed into 1 gone. The Raptor. Your Prince Valinar triggered. Your Shifter Zeros transformed into 1 Prince Valinar. You have no valid play. Hand. The coin 5 of 8. Gonk. More than elite 8 of 8.
Prince Valinar
Prince Valinar. 7.
Gone. 7 mana.
7 mana. 4/9. After your
hero attacks
dominion,
and kills a
it may
minion.
attack again.
Beast.
Minion. Prince Valinar 4 mana minion.
Prince Valinar
Legendary.
4 mana.
Stubborn Gastropod 1 of 8.
Don't have enough
Scrapsmith 2 of 8.
mana.
Rock Raider 3 of 8. Scrapsmith 4 of 8.
I don't have
Point 5 of 8.
mana.
Play card.
And Stubborn Gastropod 1 of 7. So, you summon Stubborn. Turn in. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Murloc Raider.
Voodoo Doctor.
Your opponent's Voodoo Doctor attacked your Stubborn Gastropod and your opponent's Voodoo Doctor died. Your opponent summoned Void Water. 1/3 taunt. Turn ended. Your turn. You have 2 mana. You're gone. The Raptor transformed into 1 Backstage Bouncer. Your Prince Valinar transformed into 1 Ticket Scalper. You drew Encumbered Pack Mule. Your Encumbered E. And Rock Rager 2 of 8. Summon. You summoned Rock Rager. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned River Crocolisk. 2/3. Your opponent's Void Walker attacked. Both minions died. Your opponent's Your Backstage Bouncer transformed into 1 Judicious Junior. Your Ticket Scalper transformed into 1 Corpse Bride. You drew Goldshire Footman. E. And Goldshire. Encumbered Pack. Encumbered. More than Elite. Corpse Bride. 5 mana. 4/4. Battle Cry. Spend up to 10 corpses. Summon a room with steps to the amount spent. Judicious Junior. 6 mana. 4/9. Life Steal. Minion. So, Corpse Bride 4 of 8. More than Elite 5 of 8. Encumbered Pack Mule 6 of 8. So, You summoned Incomplete hand. Goldshire. Incomplete press 6 of 7. Goldshire foot and 7 of 7.
Ready for
Summon
action!
right. You summoned Goldshire foot. Turn ended. Opponent's turn.
Your opponent drew
Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent sub. Your opponent's subshifter 0. 1 each turn this is in your hand. Transform it into a random minion. Your opponent's first river protocol took 1 damage. Your opponent's first river protocol was 8 rush. Your Goldshire foot died.
your minion die.
Eat. Hand. Smith 1 of 7.
Scrap Smith 1 of 7.
Warlock scrap is another answer.
Scrappy grunt added to your hand.
Added to your hand.
You have no valid plays. Turn ended. Opponent's hand. Scrap Smith 1 of 8. Your opponent's first river Crocolisk attacked your Scrap Smith. Your opponent's minion. Your opponent summoned Cobalt to your hand. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent's hero took 2 damage. Your opponent's Rocket Hug Merchant attacked your hero. EC. Dark Moon Statue 2 of 9. Doom Warden 9 of. Scrappy Grunt 8 of. Scrappy Grunt 7 of 9. Summon at the right. Doom Warden 8 of 9. Bone Tooth Brawler 6 of 8. Summon at the right. You summon Bone Tooth Brawler. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Shifter 0. 1 each turn miss. Transform. Random minion. Your opponent's hero. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent's hero again. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent's hero took 2 damage. Your opponent's rocket hug. Your opponent's minion died. Your opponent used light tap. Hero power drop. Eat. Hand. Scrap Smith 1 of 8. Summon it.
Warlock scrap is another answer.
2 Scrappy Grunts were added to your hand. Encumbered Pack Mule 4 of 9. Summon it. You summoned encumbered minions. Bone Chew Brawler 1 of 3. Choose a target. Minions. Apprentice 1 of 1. Your Bone Chew Brawler attack your opponent's Reckless Apprentice. Your Bone Chew Brawler triggered. Your Bone Chew Brawler gained 2 attack. Your Bone Chew Brawler died. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent summoned Dark Scale Leader. For 5 battle cry. Restore 2 health to all friendly characters. Your other enemies recovered 2 health. Your opponent summoned 3 battle cry. Discard. Hand. Merc Water Scribe 1 of 9. 2 mana. 3/2. Summon it.
Sorry, Squishy, huh?
You summon Water Scribe. Hand. Bog Slosher 1 of 8. Summon it. Choose a
To
target.
the bog now.
Minions. Scrap Smith 1 of 3. You summon Bog Slosher. Your Scrap Smith. Return to your hand. Hand. Anoyotron 7 of 8. Summon it. You summon Anoyotron. You have no valid. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent used light tap. Hero power draw card and take 2 damage. Your opponent drew 1 card. Your opponent's hero took 2 damage. Your opponent's spells top attack your Noyotron. Your opponent summons 1 card. Your opponent starts your minion die. Your opponent's reckless. Hand. More Chanting 1 of 8. Treasure Art 8 of 8. Scrap Smith 7 of 8.
Warlock scrap is another answer.
Choose Scrappy Grunt. Scrappy Grunt. Use armor up. Opponent's minions. Spells Talker 1 of 3. Skill. Apprentice 4. 3/3. Battle Cry. All enemies. Your opponent's Reckless Apprentice. Your opponent drew 1 card. Turn ended. Your turn. EG. You have no valid plays. And more channel 9. Scrappy Grunt 1 of 8. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent's a 7/7. Your opponent's spells cost. Your opponent overmade die attack your Scrappy Grunt. Your minion died. Your opponent used light tap.
Why do you call?
Turn ended. Your turn. You have 10 mana. You drew Priest of the Deceased. Hand. Tomb Warden 1 of 8. Summon. You summon Tomb Warden. Priest of the Deceased 7 of 7. Onyxian Drake 6 of 6. Scrappy Grunt 5 of 7. Summon Treasure Guard 4 of 7. Summon Scrappy Grunt 3 of 7. Scrappy Grunt 2 of 7. Armadillo 1 of 7. Summon at the right. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent. Your opponent's hero. Your opponent's second. Your Priest of the Deceased. And Armadillo. Armish Delo 1 of 8.
Scrappy Grunt 1 of 7.
Minions. 4 golem. 2 of 3. 2 more. Your opponent's minion died. Armish Delo
You've not taken a turn to get ready. Already attacked.
Scrappy Grunt 1 of 7. You can turn in. Your Armish Delo trigger. Your first Scrappy Grunt. Your opponent's summoned Reckless Rock. 5-2 charge. Your opponent's Reckless Rock. Your minion died. Your Priest of the Deceased triggered. Your opponent's second 4 golem attack your 2 warden. Your minion died. Your Priest of the Deceased triggered. Your Priest of the Deceased gained 2 attack. And Scrappy Grunt 1 of 8. Summon. And Scrappy Grunt 1 of 6. And Scrappy Grunt 2 of 6. Summon it correct. You summon Scrappy Grunt, no valid effects. Turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent drew. Your opponent's 2 more golem died. Your opponent summoned 3 mage. 4 spell damage plus 1. Your opponent gained 1 spell damage. Your opponent played shadow. Your Scrappy Grunt died. Your opponent's no win yet attack your second Scrappy Grunt. Both minions. And Treasure Guard 1 of 7. Summon it.
The Queen's trove is
Summon Treasure Guard. And Odyssey and Drake 1 of 6. Summon Odyssey and Drake. And Priest of the Deceased 1 of 5. Summon it.
my compliment.
Summon Priest 1 of 6.
Delicious.
Scrappy Grunt 1 of 4. Your Scrappy Grunt attack your opponent's Ogre Magi. Both minions died. Your turn ended. Opponent's turn. Your opponent summoned Chillwind Yeti. 4/5. Your opponent summoned Geomancer. 2/2 spell damage plus 1. Your 1 spell damage. Deal 4 damage to all characters. Everyone take 4 damage. Your opponent's all Geomancer died. Your opponent lost 1 spell damage. 11 health. Your 19 health. Hero power. Armor up. You use armor up. Your hero gains 2 minions.
Treasure Guard 1 of 3.
F. Minions. Choose a target. F. Opponent's hero. Your Onyxy and Drake attack your opponent's hero. Your opponent's hero took 6 damage. And Frightened Flunky 1 of 5. Summon it. You summon Frightened Flunky. Choose one. Cyclopean Horror 1 of 4 mana. 3/3. Taunt. Battle Cry. Gain plus 1 health for each enemy minion. A many warrior 2 of 7. 5/7. Rush. Taunt. Beast. Heckle the 3 of 3. 4 mana. Taunt. Battle Cry. Your opponent's a minion from their deck. A many warrior 2 of 3. 1 of many minions. Priest of the Deceased 3 of 4. Your opponent's hero took 6 damage. Your opponent's hero died. Press C to access your collection. Choose your deck. Wild Taunt 2 of 15. Choose an advent. Practice. Choose a mode. Arena 1 of 4. Main menu. Play rank 1 of 11. StreamYard out of grouping JC. Clickable. Graphic stream. Live viewer comments. Live 1 hour. Clickable 0.
And this is a good stopping point.
Bannerland.
I may or may not be back tomorrow. We'll see.
Hearts button.
Clickable button. Pause. Clickable button. End stream.
Heading level 4 end
End stream. Not yet. End stream button.